Hello everyone, this is Kugo and this is my laundry talk. Hello, this show is for my language improvement, nothing else. So I will talk whatever I want to talk. If you feel the way I feel, do you think it's a good thing? I guess we'll see. Today I am going to talk about ease of humbleness. Or I would call this being comfortable with being underdog. Okay, so I'm gonna explain what I mean by this to begin with. Ease of humbleness. Whenever I start doing something new, especially once I came to Canada, I try to make myself seem a little bit less qualified. Or I often try to put myself in a box that it's hard to describe. Okay, I will give you an example. For example, I started working for... The more I think about this topic, the harder it becomes for me to describe, but I will try my best here. When I started working for a bank, for example, recently, I definitely avoid taking more responsibility and trying to make myself look a little bit less comfortable, or trying to make myself seem a little bit more occupied by current tasks, so that I'm going back to the first sentence, that I can avoid more responsibilities, and I definitely feel like I'm an underdog. And I do believe the reason why I put myself do that way, because I definitely feel less pressure when I'm not expected to perform in significant higher level, or I am definitely afraid of taking risks to show myself bigger than what I am. Does it make sense? I don't know. It's just like, it's really hard. Not hard for me, but it's easier for me to go from underdog. Again, I feel less pressure to perform well if anything goes wrong. That's fine, because expectation from my colleague, my boss, is much lower, so it doesn't really matter. And if I do something good, in the opposite way, their expectation is already low, so that I can maximize whatever I've done great. And there's like a certain kind of ease that I almost do it unconsciously as well. at this point. Trying to make myself look smaller. That's what I do. And I will give you an example. I'm trying to think. What kind of example do I have? Well, how do I make myself look a little bit? For example, when I started working for bank, what did I do? Maybe I didn't do it. I just don't have a good example or anything. Or maybe I'm just not... Okay, this is... it's sad. I'm not proactively making myself look smaller, but I am avoiding to take more responsibilities. That's something I do to stay underdog, especially at current moment. I am not good at showing my abilities, showing off my strength in a verbal way yet, and I would love to be able to express what my strengths looks like, what I'm good at verbally, but I'm not good at it yet. And I'm not proactively trying to make that happen for myself yet. So that way, there's nothing I do, but there's definitely something I don't do to maintain my underdog status. And going back to the wording I used first, that is of humbleness. Because like I don't show off my talent, try not to expose my strengths until a certain moment, there's some kind of easiness that, okay, nobody knows that I can do this, so I can avoid those responsibilities. I don't have to put some pressure on myself to perform well, etc. And that's some kind of addictive easiness. I can be a little bit lazy too. So my next question becomes, do I like it? Like, do I like that kind of status? That's my question, right? Because am I comfortable with it? Absolutely. Is it easier? Absolutely. Like, think about it. You basically take less tasks, and also you don't feel any kind of pressure for me to just perform at a certain level because I didn't tell those people what I can do. However, I definitely see the problems. For example, when I change my job, I need to be able to present those stuff, and to learn something new, I need to tell other people this is something I can already do, so I need to do something more. So in that sense, I think that it's much harder for me to create extra room to learn, or it's harder to create an environment for me to improve. I'm not saying that this way is not letting me improve. It's not letting me improve. It is. I am improving. However, the speed of improving is slower. You know, because I am not taking new responsibilities, new tasks. That means I repeat what I have been doing. And the improvement that I feel is the quality I put out there. is, you know, becoming a little bit more sharper, clearer, and then more finessed. So in that way, I am definitely improving. However, the speed of improvement is significantly slow. And once you feel comfortable not taking those pressures, then it's harder, I do believe it's harder for me to go back to the stage that I take those responsibilities being under pressure. If I'm not mistaken, most successful people are under pressure. So if I want to be, if I want to succeed, whatever the genre is, whatever the job I'm gonna do, whatever the career I'm gonna be in, being under pressure is, I feel like at least, is inevitable. So avoiding those responsibilities, avoiding those situations, definitely feel like that's slowing myself down. And then, however though, that leads to the next question. What's success for me? And that's where I still struggle. Because I'm not sure. I am not sure. And I do want to figure something out. I do want to figure something out. I think I've heard like this kind of quote from Reels and Instagram. Some people get successful in their term when they're in 20s. But some people become so successful when they are 60 years old. So the pace, how you become successful is vary. It's just nothing is formulated. So maybe I'm gonna be successful 40 years later, maybe I will be successful 10 years later, who knows. But only thing so that sense, I am very encouraged that even though I find those goals later, I should be still able to chase those goals. But I'm afraid it's like, what if I don't have any goals? Because I do believe being successful is very closely related to making my dream come true. But if there is no dream to chase, there is no success. And again, there's a little bit ease of this as well. Because if there is no dream to chase, you can just do whatever you want to. Or you can just, you know, stay where you are. But that's probably not what I want. I just don't know why it is so hard for me to find that kind of like goal dreams. And I feel like I know what I want. I feel like I know my dream in a vague way. Meaning that different people measures their success in a different way. Sometimes they measure their success in money measurement. happiness measurement. I don't know, like there's so many measurement that you can put on next to success. For me, I do think the fame. Definitely inherited from my mom. My mom is famous in my hometown still. So when I think about successful, especially in a career perspective, money is not necessarily my first thought. Typically, this is something related to fame. Being known for something, So I think my question always ends up being, how do I want to become famous? And then I always answer for that, I don't know. I literally don't know. So in that sense, I guess I put on those hold. I put those on hold. Just because I do think that for me to be famous, I need some other pillar to spread to the world that I am passionate about. And I do believe those passionate, if I don't have anything right now, I'm sure it's gonna show up eventually. And as long as I stay curious about my surroundings, as long as I stay curious or stay learning. Yeah, that's a good idea. I just should keep studying, learning something new. I eventually will, because I just don't do it, right? I become lazy, I don't learn anything, and then just spend my time on scrolling Instagram and everything. That's sad. Yeah, I should just keep learning something. I like that. So now becomes, what's successful to me? Is it just being famous? Maybe. Maybe. And second pillar will be happiness, I think. How I measure my happiness then, I think it's my partner, what I eat. Those are two big elements. So I definitely want to make an environment for myself to have some gourmet, something tasty. That's something I definitely cherish. Nice, I'm finding out good stuff about myself. I love this session. Thank you for the therapy session. And then just something interesting for me. Money, I never really had opportunity to think those seriously. That sounds very privileged. But how I thought about money was very as long as I stay alive, I didn't really care for it. I don't think I was that rich. At least my parents raised me a little bit more like a lower middle class way. And little I know, maybe I was. Maybe my mom was on TV, but being local celebrity is not like being on national TV in Japan, or not even local TV in Canada. They get paid so significant, right? But I don't think my mom had been. Doesn't matter that part. But either way, I was literally brainwashed that I was in lower middle class, which was fine. But I never really thought about becoming rich or anything, and that had never been my subject. However, when you live your life, I'm in Canada, I'm independent now. money is big thing, right? Like a big element of your life. So I'm finally now, I work at banks, familiarizing myself about money, how you manage those funds and everything. It's actually interesting. I remember that I used to like those simulation games instead of those action games or battle games. I always like those slow social games such as like Sims or managing or building your own theme park, building your own farm and everything. That's something I always liked. So probably I might like those investing and stuff. No rush to, not like super quick, like, you know, $1 million kind of budget, but more like a secure, but cultivating and then using my patience way. And that's another good realization, because if I can grow those money, I can eat whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want. I do believe that's one of my happiness, the biggest goal, you know? So now I'm learning quite a bit about money, how I manage money in Japanese and in English, you know, in Canadian way and in Japanese way. We'll see this, how my journey goes. But as long as I stay in this banking industry, I have literally 8 hours a day to learn those stuff. I'm so happy about, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky to have these opportunities. I just cannot thank enough. But at the same time, I'm gonna keep learning something new. I'm gonna make sure that I don't want to stay being underdog and being comfortable not showing my ability, because, you know, I want to keep learning. See, but I will say this is my last thing, but as fast as possible is not my thing. That's never my thing. I don't think I am the fastest learner, and that's fine. Like, I'm not saying I'm the slowest. However, like, I wanna do step by step. That's something I definitely do. But I will stay learning, and eventually I will be successful in my own time. Okay? Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Yeah, so like again, I've been learning so much about investing and real estate and everything. It's interesting. I do feel like I can do like especially long-term investment for retirement. That's, you know, something I enjoy in virtual world. So if I enjoy it that way, why don't I apply it to my real life? That could be interesting. So I'm gonna thank my partner as well. Thank you for the opportunity, because when my partner brought up those conversations, my first reaction is definitely allergic to that. Like, no. Like, investing? Never. It's just, you know, scary, and then there's actually scary people, you know, trying to scam uneducated regards to investment people, right? But now I'm realizing, okay, so if you're scared of those people, then like I should just gain those knowledge by myself and trust myself, because I trust myself. Money is hard, but money is interesting. And I'm not this, again, money is not the biggest measurement for for me to see how successful I am. So in that way, I can be a little bit more patient in regards to that too. So that's something I feel privileged to. Yeah, the more I say this though, like I acknowledge how lucky I am. Thank you everyone.